Today I want to talk about, hey there, hi there, and ho there. It's me, GameZar, back at it again with not a podcast episode, although we will be uploading some podcast episodes in the future. Got some reviews coming out to be looking forward to. Found some good ones I think you'll like, the listeners. But today I want to talk to you, especially you, about one of the most influential motherfuckers in my life. One of my favorite motherfuckers, Jim Cornette. Now, if you don't know who Jim Cornette is, just log off this video. This video is for you! Jim Cornette is a wrestling icon. He's a legend. He's a kayfabe king. But, you know, he's also a historian. He's a commentator, he's an author, he's a podcaster himself, a merch seller. He delves into politics from time to time. He hates Vince Russo. We're going to be talking about that. But Jim Cornette is a Mid-South guy, born in Louisville, Kentucky. His mother was the secretary for the Louisville Chamber of Commerce. Even as a child, he had a love for wrestling. He began working at wrestling events at the age of 14. We're reading off the Wikipedia. It's fucking okay. This guy has had a long, long life in wrestling. He got to know the promoter Christine Jarrett, who was the mother of Jerry Jarrett. Cornette has credited her as a major influence in his early career and praised her business acumen. Cornette's photography from the Memphis territory was regularly published in Gong, which is a pretty badass Japanese pro wrestling magazine. You could, let me see if I can find some pictures. Can we? No, that's not a picture. That's not a picture. No, that's not a picture either. God damn it! Provide! Source needed, I guess. Big citation needed. In 1982, he was writing programs for his arena shows, having photographs published in wrestling magazines and contributing to Championship Wrestling magazine. In August, he traveled to Memphis to see a TV match between Ric Flair and Jerry the King Lawler. After the TV show ended, Cornette was offered a wrestling managerial role by Jerry Jarrett. The first time he was allowed into the locker room was only after he had become a manager. Before making his managing debut, Cornette decided to adapt the ring name James E. Cornette in tribute to legendary wrestling promoter James E. Barnett. Cornette made his debut September 25th 1982, managing Sherry Martel, who herself would later become a wrestling manager. Cornette was giving the gimmick of a rich kid turned net manager, whose clients kept firing him after one match. The most notable wrestlers in this angle were Dutch Mantell and Crusher Broomfield, who would later gain fame as One Man Gang and Akeem the African Dream. Dutch Mantell also does podcasting too. Did. I think he might have passed away. Nope, does. Still alive. God, I just haven't listened to this podcast in a while. Thank you. Cornette returned to Memphis in 1983 and was working alongside Jimmy Hart. Mid-South Wrestling! Let's fucking go! This is the meat and potatoes. The formation of the Midnight Express. In November 1983, Mid-South promoter Bill Watts recognized his business was down and looking to reinvigorate his territory. Watts asked Jerry Jarrett and Jerry the King Lawler to visit a TV taping and offer their opinions. Jarrett suggested a talent trade and invited Watts to Memphis to see what he liked. After watching a Memphis TV taping, Watts took singles performers Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton to create a new tag team, and also took the existing team of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson as the Rock and Roll Express. Watts also noticed the brash young manager in Cornette, and in his own words recalled, "He was so obnoxious I wanted to slap him, and I knew he was the instant box office if he could get me that riled up." As the more senior Jimmy Hart was still required by Jarrett, Watts took Cornette to manage his new team, who decided on the name the Midnight Express. Notable wrestlers in the trade who left Mid-South for Memphis included Rick Rude and Jim Neidhart. Shame. Mid-South Wrestling had at that point been a territory featuring bigger wrestlers, and Cornette had stated that the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, and himself were probably the 5 smallest numbers of the roster when he arrived. The influx of the new talent had made an immediate impact, and business first rebounded, then skyrocketed. He had stated that he had seen a college movie at the time with an obnoxious rich kid carrying a badminton racket with him, most likely the film Screwballs, so he decided on a tennis racket. Iconic. I gotta find a picture. Bruh. Hold up. We'll find it. God damn it, we will find it. Bazinga. I don't know when this will be placed in the video, but it will be placed in the video. Probably the whole fucking video, if I'm being honest. Back to the article. Outside of wrestling, Cornette is known for his left-wing political views. We could get into that later. Podcasting career. Cornette currently hosts 2 podcasts, The Jim Cornette Experience and Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru, with co-host Brian Last. He recently has 100,000, earning him a silver play button. Subscribe, because he does some pretty fucking crazy shit on that podcast. He's had some controversies too. Personal life. Don't care. He's a critic of right-wing politics. He states that he's a democratic socialist. He's an atheist. He has a criminal record, which includes a number of assaults. Where's Vince Russo? Russo. He also did Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Camp Cornette, Ohio Valley Wrestling, a bunch of cool shit. Ring of Honor, Ohio Valley Wrestling again, Impact Wrestling, Major League Wrestling. He hates Vince Russo. He wants to piss on his grave. There's a lot you can get in the Cornette. He's one of my favorite motherfuckers. Starting to get bored. Sorry, I thought this video would go on for longer. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk Rock and Roll Express rivalry. Cornette's time in Mid-South was also notable as it marked the beginning of the Express of the Rock and Roll Express. The rivalry with the Rock and Roll Express. Starting in May 1984, immediately following the last Stampede series, the two teams feuded the remaining of the year to packed crowds throughout the territory. Tulsa, Oklahoma City, making 1984 the most successful year in Mid-South history, and the Midnight Express and Cornette national stars. And I think that's where we're going to leave off today. Bye!